after the departure. The sky in Beijing that afternoon looked dim, but there was no cloud. For Song Zuer, the past few days have been empty, no matter how crowded the filming locations or crowded the interview schedule. She sat in the corner of the makeup room, staring at her reflection in the mirror. At first glance, his professional smile is still the same. But his heart? No. It has been more than 2 weeks since Liu Yuning flew to Rome for the promotion of her international project. In silence, she misses the man not just as a co-star, but as a figure who is always present in small moments that are full of meaning. Zuer wiped his phone screen, opening a gallery containing candid photos of himself and Yuning during filming breaks. While laughing, while looking at each other silently, he stopped at one picture. Liu Yuning was shrouding his shoulders with a jacket, the night when the cold outdoor filming it. His heart rustled. Why can't this feeling go away? A message he had never sent was finally typed. Rome is beautiful, right? But the message was never sent. He just looked at the screen, and then deleted it. Encouragement from friends. I can see you're not well, Zuer. Su Lu, his best friend and manager, sat next to him while sipping coffee. They are waiting for the next take in the production van. Zuer did not answer, only smiled slightly. You miss him, don't you? Su Lu looked straight ahead, unceremoniously. Song Zuer was surprised. Who? Liu Yuning. Silence for a moment. I am. Song Zuer took a breath. I don't understand. We never were. Never said anything. But when he's not here, everything feels empty. Su Lu smiled softly. If you know what you're feeling, why don't you go see him? Zuer shook his head slowly. I have no reason to go to Rome just for him. I'm scared. He didn't expect me to come. Then you want to continue to pretend to be strong here, and let the opportunity pass? The question lingered in his mind all night. Tickets purchased secretly. That night, Song Zuer sat alone in his apartment room. Dim lights and the sound of raindrops from the windows create a melancholy atmosphere. In front of him, a laptop screen opens with one active tab. Flight Beijing, Rome. The hour hand was pointing at 23:15 when he finally clicked, by now. Instantly, his heart rate raced faster. What am I doing? Is this wrong? But his heart knew, this was not an impulsive act. This was the moment her heart had been waiting for since Yuning left. Zuer didn't tell anyone, not even his manager. He set aside only 3 empty days between filming and said he needed some alone time. Let's fly with fear. On the flight, Song Zuer sat by the window. In his hand, a small notebook opened. He wrote something. I don't know if you'll be happy to see me come, or just confused about what to behave like. But I know. I want to see you. The few lines of writing were soaked in tears that he hid from the passengers next door. Arriving at Fiumicino Airport, Rome greeted him with a blue sky and a fragrant spring breeze. But his heart still trembles. Did I do something stupid? His trail in the eternal city. Song Zuer began her day by browsing the places Liu Yuning had mentioned in her Instagram posts. Piazza Navona, the Colosseum, and a small bridge in Trastevere where she had time to sing acoustically for her international fans. He wasn't looking for it outright. But his eyes continued to hope to meet the figure in the crowd of romantic Rome. He's in town. But do I really have a place in his day? Zuer ordered a cup of espresso in an old tavern near the Trevi fountain. The friendly barista asked, Are you alone, Bella? He smiled. Yes, but not really. He felt together with her hope. Black jacket in the crowd. That evening, he walked to the Spanish Steps. Lots of tourists, lots of cameras. But suddenly his eyes caught a familiar silhouette of a person in a black jacket and a hat that partially covered his face. But the way it goes, the way it turns to the left. Yuning. Zuer's murmur was barely audible. He stopped, not daring to go any further. But then the person turned around a little, took off the mask. It was him. In an instant, time seemed to stop. But before he could make a sound, Liu Yuning was already staring at him. The look was not surprised. No wonder. But full of relief. Why are you here? I think I'm hallucinating, Liu Yuning said quietly as they sat together in a small cafe overlooking Via del Corso. Song Zuer looked down. I am. Just wanted to meet. Why now? Zuer sighed. Because I can't keep pretending I don't miss you. Yuning was silent. His eyes looked far down the road. Then he spoke, a quiet but steady voice. I guess I'm the only one who feels that way. Song Zuer turned his head quickly. What do you mean? I never text you because I'm afraid of disturbing you. But every night, I always wish you would show up. He glanced at her and smiled a little. And now you're really here. The city of Rome keeps their secrets. That night they walked through the city. No cameras, no fans, no manager. Only two humans are finally honest with each other's feelings. Zuer told about the nights in Beijing that felt empty. About the gallery of small photos that made him cry silently. About jackets, ginger flasks and egg sandwiches he never forgot. Yuning just listened. He said, it's all for you. Because you are important to me. More than I can ever say. On the Ponte Sant'Angelo bridge, with a soft yellow light beam, Liu Yuning grasped Song Zuer's hand. Will you walk with me? Not just in Rome, but after this? We don't need world recognition. The next day, they made no announcement. No selfies. There is no clarification. But in a hidden garden near Villa Borghese, they sat side by side under an olive tree, talking about the future. They do not define their relationship. But the presence of each other is enough. Before returning to Beijing, Song Zuer wrote in his notes, I don't know if the world will understand, but I know my heart will always remember the first step that took me to Rome for you. Back but not the same. They returned to each other's lives. Dense schedule, cameras, fans, publications, everything went on as usual. But one thing is different. Every time Song Zuer looked at the night sky, he knew. Someone on the other end was also thinking of him. And Liu Yuning? He no longer just keeps photos in a secret gallery. Now, every song he sings, it feels deeper. Because he sang it to someone who once walked alone to meet him in the city of love.